Hey guys, my name is Imogen and welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'll be showing you how to make these amazing vegan Japanese pancakes. I've had some people ask for recipes lately, so I figured I'd kickstart the vegan cooking element to my channel. Ideally, you want to use ring molds for this recipe, but if you're like me and you don't have ring molds, here's a quick tip on how to make your own out of tin foil. So what you want to do is you want to grab a sheet of tin foil and you're just simply going to fold about an inch of the tin foil each time. And then you're left with a strip of tin foil that's approximately 1 inch in height. Put the two ends together and use your fingers to sort of mold the circular shape, and you're going to fasten it with a tiny strip of sellotape. And you're going to repeat this process with another sheet of tin foil so that you've got 2 ring molds. Use the first ring mold that you've made as a guideline for the size of the other one, so do compare them to make sure they're the same size, because you don't want to end up with one massive pancake and one tiny one, so you want them to be the same size really. Measure about 80 grams of plain flour. Add in 1 tablespoon of sugar, add in your pinch of salt, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and 1/4 teaspoon of bicarbonate of soda. You want to separately mix together your wet ingredients. So you want to start off by adding 80 milliliters of soy milk. You can use any plant milk for this, but I do find that soy milk has a higher fat content, obviously not by a lot, but just that little bit, which helps emulsify things, I found. And I don't know, it's just personal preference, I guess, but you can use whatever really. And you want to add in a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. You don't want to use any other vinegar for this because the taste is just going to come through and it's not quite nice. So stick to apple cider vinegar and you'll see that this is going to start to make sort of like a buttermilk kind of concoction. I'm using 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. My one's quite strong because I got this vanilla extract from India and their flavourings tend to be a lot stronger, but I like it that way. So you can add a little bit more or a little bit less, depending on how strong you want the vanilla to come through. You can even add some vanilla pods if you want to give it an extra pizzazz. And then you want to add in 2 tablespoons of oil. Make sure you whisk the dry ingredients together and that you remove any lumps or bumps. Ideally, you want to use the sieve for this, but I'm going to be honest, I can't be bothered. Gently mix it with a spatula. I tend to fold it, literally just make sure that you see no flour. You want to get the nice fluffy pancake, so make sure you don't knock those bubbles out, so do not overmix it whatever you do. As soon as the flour is out of sight, you want to stop. I'm adding a thin layer of oil to the bottom of my pan, and you want to put this on medium heat because you don't want to put it too high, otherwise the base of these pancakes will burn, and I did do that the first time. moulds in the pan. And then divide the batter between the 2 ring moulds. Spatula and just smooth out the tops. Then you want to pop on a lid and just let it cook for about 4 to 5 minutes. The total time to cook for these is roughly 8 to 10 minutes, but you want to stop halfway to flip them. So you want to keep the lid off and just flip the ring moulds over so that the tops of the pancakes cook. After that, check the base. I think at one point I added a layer of tinfoil at the bottom to see if it would stop the base from burning too much. But in all honesty, I think it makes no difference. So just keep an eye on the base periodically. After you've removed the foil from the pancakes, be careful, it is quite hot, you want to stack your pancakes. I got a little bit inspired by the concept of spun sugar, so I just put in enough sugar to cover the base of my saucepan, approximately 30 to 40 grams of sugar, added in 2 tablespoons of water. Mix your sugar and water mixture on a medium heat until you start to see the mixture turning a very light amber kind of colour. As soon as it is that amber colour, you'll normally find it around the edges first. You want to take it off the heat immediately and quickly tend to your pancakes. So I used a fork and I sort of did a little circular drizzle kind of motion, and there was like little drops around the plate, which is cute. But towards the end, I got that really nice stringy spun sugar look, which I topped the pancakes with. Next, you want to grab a handful of hazelnuts and chop them. I would personally use a pestle or mortar for this because the amount of hazelnuts that flew off my chopping board was insane. You want to garnish your pancakes with the chopped up hazelnuts and then drizzle on your sauce of choice. You can go for golden syrup, you can go for maple syrup. I opted for Sweet Freedom's Choc Shot in salted caramel, which was divine. And yeah, there you have it. You've got your vegan pancakes. They're so delicious and fluffy, and you can see once they're cut into how fluffy they are. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. If you've liked the video, feel free to leave a comment, like and subscribe. If you want me to do any other recipes, feel free to let me know. If you follow me on Instagram, which I'll leave a link down below over at imogen.jm, I often post a lot of food stories on there that I'm starting to do, so feel free to check it out. Hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!